Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. This is part two. Somebody's wanting to uh, make this type font, and you can see that there's some other items in there. I didn't pick the exact font, but I just took a font, and we're going to try to copy that font, and it's offset a little bit. You can see there's a lot of broken parts. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to left click. I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to take a line, just a 2-point line, and draw it on an angle. And I'm going to try to do them the same for all the. Now you would probably not be able to do this for a whole alphabet, but I'm just trying to mimic, because there's even part of the T right there, or part of the U. And then one more time for the T. The T pretty much goes from that corner to that corner. A little bit different. I'm gonna put it like right there. And let's see how big this thing is. A little less than 4 inches, so I'm going to set my nudge factor on 4. I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool, fill that in, nudge it over, fill that in, nudge it over, nudge it over, nudge it over, or nudging it down. So now I've got 4 different parts. Well, I missed a part too. Now we can take and left click, right click, and we have these parts. Now these letters are just up and over a little bit. So I'm going to set my nudge factor. First of all, I'd make your duplicate distance 0, 0. And let's set the nudge factor on 0.125. And let's group these together, holding down the shift key, or don't even group them together, and we're going to leave them just like that. Now we're going to take just this one and over, and all I'm doing is going over and up. Over, right arrow key, top arrow key. So now we have kind of the logistics of that, but we need to put a background on these colors. And I'm believing he doesn't want the black, he just wants the red like this. And I can't, well, that's a curve on one layer. You could actually probably use that, but it's got some black in it. No, this doesn't. It looks black because it's probably have an outline. But it'd be better just to draw something anyway. So we're going to take a 2-point line, and we're going to make it 1 point. Well, we're going to make it thicker. That's too thick. Let's go with 4. And let's go ahead and convert it to an object. When we convert it to an object, we got a dimension. So we're going to make it 0.05 wide. Okay? We're going to set our duplicate distance on 0.1. So we're making a checkerboard. And the reason I've converted it to an object is so I can nudge it over. And I don't have to do too many. And then we can group these together, Control G, Control D to duplicate it. And we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. So we have a checkered pattern. Now, I'm going to, just for the grins, I thought that would have stopped it, but it didn't. What I'm going to do is see if I can't intersect. So I'm going to have to group these together. I don't like that big glob. Go to group, or object and group. I don't think it's going to let me cut it. Nope. Okay. So this is grouped together. Let's just intersect a part of that, because we don't have any letters bigger than that. We're going to go and intersect. That way we have a pattern in our box. And I don't ever like deleting stuff in case something goes wrong or it's not the right size. Now what you could do is I'm going to set my nudge factor on like 4 inches again, and I'm going to nudge everything out that needs that pattern. I'm going to do them one at a time. I just didn't quite make it big enough. I can make it a little bit bigger. And maybe for the video, well, we can change the color later. I'm going to intersect that. But I don't want to move it. I want to nudge that up. And we can probably, see, whenever you use the intersect tool, you get lines, and we can change that later. We can take away the outline, and we get that pattern. Let me look at the original. See, it's got broken lines on the end, so we're perfect. And we can change that to the original color in a minute. So now, and just always remember, don't move stuff, nudge it. Because you can nudge it right back up. I don't know if I can do those two at the same time. Nope, it's only going to do one. So you can move this, but you need to nudge the other. And it might have done those two at the same time. I just didn't have it. So now we're going to, like I said, don't ever delete anything. Just get it out of the way. And we're going to change these. For the intersect tool, it just does that. We're going to make them red with no outline. Possibly we could check both of them. Red. I'm left clicking, right clicking. Now, if we wanted it the same color as I feel pretty sure we can do that with maybe not. I really want to zoom in. So let me move this closer. See, there's the shadow we were trying to get rid of. And this might be a little bit difficult. Well, that didn't really work. Really and truly, maybe even power clip would have worked better in this case. I'm just going to say, let's say he doesn't need that color of red. And there's that font. Don't really know how to, don't know how to get to that color. I mean, I can get to that color on these, but this is a different animal. Let's see something real quick. Let's left click, right click. And see, the intersect tool just kind of does that. And there's really no way around it. So let's bear with me for just a second. I'm going to back up. I do not like using the power clip option, but the power clip in this case might be the best scenario. So we're going to do that. We're going to grab that, nudge it down, nudge it down, nudge it down, and nudge it down. We're going to hopefully we can make this that color before I power clip it. Let's color eyedropper tool and get that color. Nope. See, it's the different lines. If I would have started off with, that color, let me think about this real quick. Let's go. See, here's a good reason don't delete stuff. Let's see if we can't see, this is a black. Let's see if we can't make them that color. And see the individual lines. So if I would have started off with that color, you know what? It doesn't take just a second just to back up, and start with that color. If I'm not even going to say he needs that color, but let's say he does, and maybe now so we got the one color. We are going to use the eyedropper tool, grab that color. There we go. Now, I think our nudge factor might still be the same. Yep. Now why is it, so it's an outline. What I need to do is put that color into that outline. I need to bring one of these closer. And you know what, I'm going to use the Smart Fill tool to fill in that line. There we go. Now we can get rid of this. We can take away our outline. Doesn't look like it went away. You know what? Move it out of the way. There's our outline. So now we're good. Now we've still got the same dimension, so we're going to nudge it over. Maybe this time I won't make it quite so big. It's better safe than sorry. Well, I made the line really long. This will save some time right here if I just make my line shorter. Control D to duplicate them and rotate it 90 degrees. I'm not going to power clip this one or intersect it. I'm just going to, you have to group it together. So now we're going to set our nudge factor on 4. And the gentleman I'm helping, he said, I don't even want that color. So I'm spending a lot of your time, but I didn't make it quite as big enough that the pattern can be a little bit like that. So that'll work. Intersect. Let's see what happens. We still don't get that color. So I'm going to go back to power clip. I do not like power clip. I just, but in this case, it might work. I moved my letter, so I want to get back. So we're going to grab this. Now this, I probably do want to trim with, well, if I trim it, I'm going to mess it up. So here, we're going to go object, power clip, place inside frame. And I think you have to just, now, that's one of the reasons I don't like power clip. So I'm going to need to make 3 copies or 4 copies of this because I've got 4 items. That's one thing I don't like about power clip. When you use it, it's gone. Intersected, it always stays there. So we're going to, I'm sorry the video's running so long. Power clip inside container. See, the power clip's gone. Grab a new one. Object, power clip, inside frame, gone. Power clip, inside frame. This is going to be nice. It's going to look good. I need to check off that. Object, power clip, place inside frame. Now we got that color. I don't hear anybody clapping. Now we can use this color to smart fill the other parts. You could use and we still got that color in our pattern, so we're good to go. Don't have to take a sample. Now we still got our nudge factor set on 4. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. I'm going to take away the outline. And there's that text. I hope that was what I was wanting, and thank you for watching.